government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not the world. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with their speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why does you lie? Why does you steal? Why does you allow the citizens to grieve? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. People fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not the corrupt. I said no one to trust. My people, no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they said they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer, no work, but people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. Fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not the world. I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with their speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why does you lie? Why does you steal? Why does you allow the citizens to grieve? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not the corrupt. I said no one to trust. My people, no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they said they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer, no work, but people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not the corrupt. tired with the promises that left us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw it frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal?
Georgia Convo will stone it. We make anything they get guns. When they shoot guns, they will not know where guns come from to respond. I'm going to give this marching order. All members of CPP who believe in our judgment, going forward, we carry rocks with us anywhere we're going. We carry the weapons that we have to protect ourselves anywhere we're going. One rock thrown at me going forward, rock will be thrown at George Weah's convoy. If he's scared to leave his house, we throw stones at his house. Darius, they don't say so. This one, let me repeat, you cut this part. You cut this part and play it on all your mainstream radio. One rock thrown at me, anywhere, rock will hit George Weah. One rock or one more disturbance at any of my program, there will be no electoral activities in this country for CDC, especially in Monterrey. One more rock, one more disturbance at any of my program, George Weah think he get guns. Watch and see. Watch and see. You edit this part and play it. One rock at my program, George Weah convoy will feel rock. One rock at my program, George Weah's house will be stoned. Everywhere we're going forward, we carry bags of rocks. I will be seen throwing it so that it can motivate my people to get to do it. Because I'm the general here. General meaning I'm the leader of this ship. I will instruct Monserrato, my people. We'll go to George Weah place and we'll do it there. George Weah convoy will stone it. We make anything they get guns. When they shoot guns, they will not know where guns come from to respond. I'm going to give this marching order. All members of CPP who believe in our judgment, going forward, we carry rocks with us anywhere we're going. We carry the weapons that we have to protect ourselves anywhere we're going. One rock thrown at me going forward, rock will be thrown at George Weah's convoy. If he's scared to leave his house, we throw stones at his house. Darius, they don't say so. This one, let me repeat, you cut this part. You cut this part and play it on all your mainstream radio. One rock thrown at me, anywhere, rock will hit George Weah. One rock or one more disturbance at any of my program, there will be no electoral activities in this country for CDC, especially in Monterrey. One more rock, one more disturbance at any of my program, George Weah think he get guns. Watch and see. Watch and see. You edit this part and play it. One rock.
Frustrated my life. Yeah.
So if you were to see George, what would you tell him?
I would tell him he ain't doing nothing for me. He ain't apart from me, but nothing doing but we the corona men and I promised her. And then when I voted for me, the other Sabu unit.
What was the promise?
In town, we the Sabu unit say you're poor, into somewhere you on a debt, we will be clean down on the street.
During the capital, Joe, we have made plenty promises to we the youth of this country. One, Joe, we have said that even when they call us Zogo, he classified himself to be Zogo. And all of these things were trading elevator was our living way. And and one Joe emphasized on the president going down. Joe going power and said that in 2 months everything will come down. We haven't seen anything. Joe get punch of food and Ghana and Ryan like men at summer 12. Jawati Kochi, Natana Magil, all one new brother will now government. So this time around we fill up with him and there will be nothing can stop us. I know when he will get made a tell a place to come back to Liberia. We're ready to battle into the 4 years and we'll make sure we intimidate George. We are suppressing, embarrassing left, taking our culture over to us.
Our man move over there.
Why you want to move
on there?
Why you want man to move?
Why he is speechless human being.
Speechless.
And then he's not able to take decision on his own.
You get a funny looking people and they turn sedition. They tell all over the place they follow you.
Who are those funny looking people? Who are those funny looking people?
Yeah, and Natana Magil, the other Samuel Tue. Now I don't want to know the Tata. And I thought I feel.
The momentum is there now. Welcome to the TV. And the vote that coming, the next vote, we have to be careful. Especially me, I will vote trying for people. Black guy, I will vote for black guy. For the country to be set. The vote. Because it will be 3% that will be running.
3% will be running in the coming election.
Yes. We got the vice president with Joe Taylor. Then we got the president Joe Weah. Then Joseph Boakai. It's a 3% that will be running. Actually, that we know about then. You got me? But the size, my only side that we already taking it, and the whole country will take it. It will be Joseph Boakai.
So what you really?
For now, we eat the water, Omega water. For now, the whole Omega water. We eat the water, Opopo eat the water. We vote for it 2023 again. We vote for Opopo because it go eat the water. For now, everybody said they eat the water. Oh, and the water we said it in for now. 2023, we vote for it again. For now, we eat the water. For now, we eat the water. We eat the water. We eat the water for now.
Okay, I want to go on a record and say this because some of them will not hear this again because I've always said this. If Cummings manages and becomes the standard bearer of the CPP at the convention, I, Henry Pedro Costa, will not support Alice Cummings for the presidency because politically, I do not support Alice Cummings. And I want all of my people to know that. The COP that I'm chairman of will not endorse Alice Cummings to become standard bearer of the CPP. I want all of my supporters to know that. The COP will only endorse Wakai. There's a reason why. The reason is simple. The reason is absolutely simple. I just don't support Alice Cummings for president. All the Cummings supporters in the COP get angry. That is a damn business. You're not my ma or my pa. Stupid fool.
Question on gay rights. And I've answered this question, and perhaps not too elegantly. And I've used the words that I'm conflicted by this issue, but let me explain why. Let me explain what I mean by that. It's a lifestyle that I struggle with. As important, though, I believe, Liberians are also focused on health, education, jobs, and I also want us to focus the conversation on those issues.
You think the answer to that question the right way?
I don't know if that's
it's a very sensitive.
It's a very sensitive issue, and I don't know if that's
there was a strict with youth support is something that you would,
Mamadi, I think I've answered the question the way I'm comfortable answering it. And again, I gotta be authentic to who I am. There will be a political answer that people will perhaps want to hear, but I gotta be real, Alex, and I want the Liberian people to see the real person, and that I will not change my answer to suit
different situations.
I think that's the kind of leader we should be looking for. Question.
Including all those stupid steam want to call Eugene Fagon.
He started telling her owing. Yeah, I want to owe you, rogue like you, criminal like you. You don't have to beg somebody to release you from court, to withdraw your case from court. That you don't want to tell your people that you're idiots say I owe you money. Many days we went to club. I don't now who used to buy you beer? You want me to name some of the places that buy you beer? Idiot, stupid, useless, reckless, irresponsible man like you. Now people that know you can respect you. You are David Colette. That other one, that show not pay one. We all went to NASCAR. To the Liberia Vabamos and sold a brilliant idea to him to promote the government. The Liberia Vabamos gave us $24,000 US. Unfortunately, I was not in the country. I traveled. I went to Sierra Leone for Oba. What did you guys do? You convinced David for you to eat up money. You're able to do the people work. Who talked to me to forget it? That means a number. You're stupid fool. I'm supposed to owe you money. You're idiot. But don't worry. Don't worry. Let my security be assured. If today President George Weah and his officials, in consultation with the international community, can assure me that when I go to Liberia, nobody will harm me, I will go to Liberia tomorrow, first thing in the morning. If I can be assured that when I enter Liberia, my life is protected, I can go to Liberia, first thing in the morning, you will see me in Monrovia. First thing in the morning, you will see me there. I'm not going to mind your reckless mouth. You open it just because you're trying to defend or impress people. You don't want to go back to your garden and be picking lettuce and other stuff, vegetables. So you sit down, you open your eyes and tell me I owe you. I'm supposed to owe you money. You, Fagon, I'm supposed to owe you. You, when you're not going to eat to my girl, you can't eat. You can be making plans with the security for food business to my girl. That you're the one supposed to owe, idiot like you. Eh? Idiot like you, stupid ass. You get sense? I told you I was going to react to you. The only person I will spear in this podcast tonight is Minister Eugene Namwe. I'm sparing him because I see him like a father. I still respect him at that level. When you don't respect himself and go and say nonsense about me next time, then I will come for him. But tonight I will spare him. Tonight I will not bother him. I will spare him. I will let him be. But after tonight, let him go again and make statements that he made about me to LBS compound. Some of those reckless statements that he made, let him go again and do it. Then I will come for him. And when I come for him, nobody will talk to me and listen to him. Nobody in this world. Y'all think you're stupid more than me? Because we can wear bow tie. I'm a white plain clothes zogo. You don't know me. They think you can't do the y'all small one. You don't know me. Y'all really know me? You know what my mind, my pa, they sat down, they join and name me, my friend name, my last name. You know the history behind it. Your ass or your fucking idiot, you said I go say I owe you money. You're stupid fool. I'm not blaming your ass. Because you came to Liberia, no credential, nothing, they gave you good position, and why you misbehaving around here, telling people I owe you money. Yes, I do owe some people, but not Eugene Fagon. I have money for some people. Let me name them. You see Magio and someone they are the king Juju people. What you mean that the other people not play with Juju? You see Finabono, you see Tokompui and Finabono. Tokompui has one ball with him that he brought from Africa Coast. It is that ball that he's saying, that's why every year, every 3 months, that ball will go Ivory Coast. That beginning will go Ivory Coast will go bring Juju for Toko and Findabono. I will give you more detail on this. While Liberians are suffering in Monrovia, they ain't got food to eat. This lady sent $10,000 United States every month, every year, every month to his daughter in America. Then they get live a lavish life. You go to New Jersey, those that live in New Jersey will attest to what I'm saying. You know, we're not saying these things because we want to give. I want nothing from nobody. But it is about time that the life of the people who struggle with us, the Liberian people who stood, the people who pretend their own t-shirt, who bowed their heads.
Let me welcome you to the Magnificent Abraka Talk Show. Here we discuss the truth. We are not here to behave like we know it all. We are students of HB. It's Burma Family. My friend and brother, how you doing?
I'm doing great, and I'm grateful to my creator. And I want to say to our audience, thank you for joining us. If you are with us now, if you are not with us, come later and join us, because this conversation is going to be fabulous tonight. It's going to be authentic, and it's going to also be historical. And so I want to say thank you to my host, for bringing this topic forward tonight because it is very important for us to discuss it. Thank you, Mr. Kamara.
Something caught my attention. The aspect of first, let me ask you, how do you view our educational system? The educational system that have to do with Dean and Susoni, who is the education minister. How do you view our educational systems?
For the most part, I think we are not even operating in the past, and we are not operating in the present. And from many political philosophers and public policy philosophers, any group of people, it could be an organization or country, that fail to examine their past in order to make decisions, the present will be hard for them and the future will be meaningless. And that is where we find ourselves. It is just embarrassing. It's a national embarrassment, like I said the other night, that we're having the presidential insanity. We actually don't have a government as per the definition of government. Dean Asunsoni was born and raised on the university campus.
That's correct.
I'm speaking in terms of, I am using figurative expression because that is a gentleman from the time I started to know myself from high school days until I entered university, went to school and graduated.
Yeah.
He was already at the university, graduated from there. He served as department heads, and before he even became one-time acting president before Dr. Conte came in. He is the current education minister, and he's a sedition founding member of the CDC. Professor Wilson Tape, who is also a founding member of CDC, is also University of Liberia Baby. If you disagree with me, you can push your disagreement through your comment, but this is a valid fact. It's accurate. You can't even look it up. It is real. Professor Wilson Tape is also another University of Liberia Baby. He's an executive member of the ruling party CDC, and he's also George Weah personal advisor from the Southeast. Okay, then we go to the politician, finance minister Samuel D. Toy, is another University Baby who graduated from there. We go to Professor H. Boyma Family Jr., my former boss at the Minister of Foreign Affairs, is another University Baby, the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs. I can name them on we go. So the issue now is, AB, I always telling people, all of us got some issues going on, and like AB said, we are not perfect people, we don't know it all, but we all want our country to be a better place for all of us to be. But this issue of university, in fact, the entire country, there is no lesson learned. There is no lesson learned from our trouble, from our past by the government. And the police is not a police force, it's a partisan police.
Yeah.
How can we continue to be in a vicious circle? We went to war according to our political system, according to our political history, according to media report, both local and international. Over 250,000 people got killed because there was a massive corruption, social, economic, political, and whatever you call it. Inequality at the highest peak. At the time, it was between two groups of people, the quote-unquote Congo people and the native people, indigenous. The other group said the other group were inciting the other people. The other group said, no, that's not the case. Don't even provide an education. We have graduated from that place. But let me give you a small history about University of Liberia. Okay?
No, I wanted you to dive into the educational system. Then we'll come to the university, because the University of Liberia is part and parcel of the educational system. So I wanted you to dive into the educational system before we can continue on the University of Liberia.
Let us give our audience small history. So the educational system right now, we said yesterday, according to former President Salif, it was in a mess. Mm-hmm. Ali, when something in a mess, you can try to clean it up. Right now, it's not in a mess. It's in limbo.
What does that mean?
Limbo. The limbo means it doesn't exist.
Okay.
Because you cannot have people babysitting. They're having small worship center around the corner. And by the time you close your eyes before you open it, they got elementary school. By the time you close your eyes again, you open it, then they got junior high and senior high school. That's a school. Education Ministry does not even know how many schools do we have in Liberia. They don't know it. And majorities of our schools are all public schools. Majorities of them. Small number of it you find to be private school, mostly owned and operated by different churches in Liberia. Okay? So if we talk about education, we even talking about better, or we even talking about good. Just the name education, it doesn't really exist in a real time. For example, how can University of Liberia offer an entrance placement exam to over 27 to 35,000 people and almost everybody fail? So they tell you where they came from. How the people went through elementary, they got through it, they got through with junior high school, and they got through with high school, and they go to university placement test. Primarily, the entrance exam comes from right around the corner there. And almost everybody failed. But let's leave that. Even the environment doesn't exist. You know, somebody may want to talk about College of West Africa, they might want to talk about Rick's Institute, they might want to talk about SDA. These are all church schools. You all know that already. What is the percentage of those schools that we consider to be good? Even Sitiama is no longer good because my son went there before. It's no longer good. So we don't need to overhaul, we need to recalibrate. We need to go back. We need to go back to restart. Because it was in a mess, according to former President Salif. Now we got the pro people, they call themselves pro people, but they are the most dominant, corrupt group of people I ever see. At least the people that pay themselves more money and they put it in the budget that we will pay ourselves. That was the former government. We saw it. And John Murray talked about it, that their pay was too much. Our international community talked about their pay was too much. But this other group of people, they're actually putting money in the budget, they're hiding it under different nomenclature, and later on go after it. But they are accusing the former government of corruption when they have political power, legal power, constitutional authority to order them. They ain't saying it. But they get one kangaroo presidential aide, bad boy, he on camera and taking people picture that they are the best. But they can't even pass the MCC. Now let's go to University of Liberia. Let me just give you small history. University of Liberia was officially authorized by our First Republic lawmaking body called legislature.
Yeah, I know that.
In 1851. And officially opened to the public in 1862.
Yeah, at that time it was not called the University of Liberia.
It was called
the
Liberia College. Liberia College. So if we were to do the math, we're talking about 18th, 19th century coming all the way to 21st century. Every single leadership of our government, University of Liberia, having a problem. And guess what? The Constitution says 25% of Liberian government budget should go to education. You're asking whether they even give it 10%. Okay? So how can we go to war for 14 unbroken years for the same thing? And we come out of war almost 17 years today. And we are still doing the same thing. How many public university government of Liberia or the Republic of Liberia has? According to my research, 2 public universities. That's it. University of Liberia and Tottenham Technical Institute in Maryland. That's it.
No, they're having one in Grand Cape County.
Leave those are community colleges that get gardening doing Ellington. Don't count it. Somebody might want to argue about TNIMA, 400 University of Liberia. At the same group. You got Democratic College that is in University of Liberia. You got a law school that is in University of Liberia. So don't argue it. You can go on their website and try to figure out.
They even have a website.
They built one in Vanjama. They call Lofa Community College. They built one in Grand Cape County. I think Grand Cape, some kind of community college, whatever you call it. Those are small community colleges that Jacking since 1847. And guess what happening to those small community colleges now? They are not even fully functional. If the University of Liberia are the capital of, on Capitol Hill, opposite the current presidential palace, Minister of Foreign Affairs, directly opposite, and adjacent or slightly opposite the Capitol building, where our lawmakers are, and then the original executive mansion having the trouble. Then what you think about the community college in Lofa County, community college in Bonn, community college in, how they call this place? In Grand Cape County, community college in Riverside, they have one there. Community college in Maryland, Thurman Technical Institute, all that. Do you know what's going on there? When the people in Monrovia don't even have food to eat, and their children going to school now, and then we're sending police police on them to brutalize them. How can University of Liberia and the government of Liberia even be discussing university budget today when we only have 2 public universities? Because my understanding is all the community colleges that came doing early time, they all fall under the University of Liberia.
Yeah. Yeah,
sure. They all fall under the University of Liberia. Okay, when are we going to graduate? That's my question. When are we going to graduate from this saga of violence, sagas of contradiction of proper governance, people bringing brain needs, they call themselves propo.
In so doing, you cannot blame. For me, I cannot blame the current regime for the University of Liberia problems.
Why?
Because he met the problem there. He tried. Now the thing that make me disappointed in the current regime is that for the fact that you went, you was never prepared. You were never prepared for a free educational system. You went, you boasted. You boasted of it in your corner, and then you went on a public pavement, and you went to go declare University of Liberia as free. That is my disappointment. I mean, let us look at Dean Saulo Nelson, for example. Dean Nelson was a student, something like faculty member to the Dean of Students. That's who Dean Saulo Nelson was. Now, for him to be Dean of Students, honor Dr. Emmett Dennis.
Emmett Dennis, yeah.
Dr. Emmett Dennis, for him to be Dean of Students, that means they have several other people ahead of him. You have the Dean for Physical Affairs ahead of him. They had a Dean. There are so many deans ahead of him before him. But this current president, never take that into consideration. He went and appointed Dean Saulo Nelson.
Because Saulo is a sedition. It's a sedition. But AB, let me say something, okay? Let me tell you something. Political philosophers, when it enters a government or governance, they say we should elect philosophers kings. They didn't even say philosopher themselves. What do I mean by that? CDC-led government headed by George Weah, they do not understand policy framework. There's a new nomenclature in our political and democratic environment they call participatory democracy. If you want to make policy for people, the policy must emanate from them. Now, if the university was operating with trouble when students were contributing through school fees or tuition, and you go and declare tuition-free university, public universities, you got only 2. Now, you do not even commit yourself to going back to lay out the blueprint. How this pronouncement going to come into fruition? What is the realities of it? No budgetary blueprint, no nothing, no framework at all. You did not even consult the student, you did not even consult the faculty, you just went on campus in order to silence the student advocacy's activity on campus. But the stupid people, I do not regret using the word stupid. Stupid is just an adjective to describe the behavior of people. Okay? If you want to perfectly silence students' advocacies on campus, get them busy. Get them busy. If we were to compare University of Liberia and other universities, private university in Liberia to that of other university outside of Liberia, probably University of Liberia will not find herself in any standardized category in terms of, in terms of quality environment, in terms of quality education, in terms of quality classroom management, in terms of research. They don't do nothing. They don't, because if you have average students paying $52, for example, no, let me just end my thought, baby, please. Okay. Average students paying $52 US dollar per student, and they already have a budgetary problem. Now you go and you say free, and you got no plan for it. There is no way you're going to have a solid roof or solid house when you got no foundation. There is no policy. There is no free tuition policy. There is no pro policy. There is nothing. Josh Weah and his people in government headed by Simon Tuer, talking man or talking minister, they are operating on charade. Let's keep it going. They went to the executive mansion yesterday. All of them went there. Okay? So this is not a government. This is just a group of people who have been setting to come to steal Liberian people resources. That's it. There is no policy. It's not working because it is not available. Now, that is what it is.
Now let us play you the clip, and then we'll digest the problem of the University of Liberia campus legislature today.
This is Front Page Africa. We are coming to you live from the main Capitol Hill campus of the University of Liberia, where in the University of Liberia Faculty Association just signed a memorandum of understanding as an association to back up on giving its final exam, which is supposed to start this coming Monday. So according to the University of Liberia Faculty Association President, Dr. Anna Dennis, he said 2 months back the government of Liberia and the University Faculty Association signed an MOU, and since then the government has been reneging on going along with the MOU signed by offer and that of the university and that of the government of Liberia to Finance Minister Sandra Tuer. So they have been back on another go slow action. So following their go slow action, thousands of students of the University of Liberia have gathered here on the main street of Monrovia. Welcome to the microphone. So I see thousands of students of the University of Liberia have gathered on the main road to protest. So what's the main issue of this protest?
Thank you very
very much. Again today, it is a pleasure to be here because for the fact that the over 90,000 students and to say a clear message to the regime of President Weah that you have refused to pay our instructors. You have refused to make a salary to be what it is. You have refused to get the allowances. Moreover, you have refused to make sure that we, the students, in our semester successfully. So today we are here to agitate, to protest, and to demand for our right. That is our right to education. That yesterday in 1976, on June 16, the sons and daughters of Swato went at the barricade because they were dejected, they were neglected, and on that basis, they challenged the state government again to make sure that they have access to quality education in Swato. Today, we are seeing the repetition of such a story in Liberia because we cannot afford to be out of our classroom. We cannot therefore afford to be out of school. For that reason, we have decided to say we are
nobody while you're super
Live in conversation with one of the aggrieved university students here at the parade. So come here, how do you do?
I'm doing great. Thank you for
So what I say that thousands of students of the University of Liberia have gathered to protest.
Basically, my name is Bobby J.M. Duque, studying economics at the University of Liberia. In September of this year, there was a decision by OFA, the University of Liberia Faculty Association. They had a strike and they went to an agreement with the government relating to their pay and also renovation of the campus. So the government went into an MOU, memorandum of understanding with OFA, and had an agreement. And after the agreement, the time frame has elapsed. So the government is failing to live up to a promise or agreement. So this is why today we saw OFA again going to our emergency meeting, calling to drop truck. And we feel as a student, this against us. We cannot allow ourselves.
Do you have any idea on how long this is going to last or when it's going to return to the classes?
According to OFA, today in our meeting, because I was present, the meeting was held on stage, OFA said the only way they will leave the place.
As you can see, the police have started to throw tear gas at harmless students here at the University of Liberia Capital Campus. So we are pretty keep to return for the life. Thank you.
That was from the University of Liberia campus. So what does that take? This thing here, I don't believe that you listen to the explanation Abba gave. That the faculty had decided to put that chalk down. Samuel 12 went at the University of Liberia to go to negotiate. Samuel 12 went the University of Liberia having their own budget allotment. They have their own account system in the way that they were able to pay their faculties. But Samuel 12, this government,
he said he's taking over their payroll.
They take complete control over the faculty pay. Now, the faculty never complain. 2 months, they have not getting paid.
I think altogether 3 months.
Yeah, 3 months. The faculty told them that so far we cannot get our pay, we're not going to go teach. And the exam, because Monday should be exam. So Samuel 12 now was there negotiating. The faculty walk out. And they told the student that they are not prepared to teach. 95% of the faculty, they voted that it should be done that way.
Yeah, because they lied to them.
Yeah. So I don't know why we are heading.
But AB, this is a purely national embarrassment.
They were from Ohio.
And you know, when you talk about you don't blame the CDC-led government. I blame them because there is a theory here that is acceptable conventionally. It's a government is continuity. If you can, you may whatsoever problem there, you the one the people prefer at this time.
Okay.
The Liberian people said we will not bring back the unity party-led government or unity party kind of government or people. We will bring CDC headed by George. We are to deliver us from the bondage of poverty and from the bondage of problem and from the bondage of everything. Okay. So there should be no excuse or excuses. Okay. They need to do the Liberian people's job because they promise or they're going to do their job.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you.
And they should do it with high level of sincerity and accuracy and commitment to duty.
Samuel's on the line. Samuel, how you doing?
I'm back. Good morning, Francis. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm doing great, son.
Yeah, thank you there for holding the show. You know, I watched what happened at the university campus. It's a shame. And you see, these are some of the problems that you get when a country or an organization runs on one man's idea or runs in one direction. Liberia has taken down all of the institutions just to please the president. George Weah is not the first person. Liberia is a country that we create our own dictators and we create our own problems, and then we sit down and start complaining about those problems. There are institutions in our country that go and stand up to the president and tell him no, like the lower house and the Senate. But because they want to feed on George Weah ego to do in favor, we are where we are today. And the parents as well. You see, Liberia is a society that is going to keep suffering like the buffalo. I said this one time. If you watch the buffaloes in the field, the lion goes to attack one. They pretend like they in favor of that one, and then when the lion comes back with a bit of force, they all scatter and run away and leave that one to die. And then when the lion hungry, they go after the next one. But if all the buffaloes can come back together I don't think a lion will kill any buffalo in the wild. That's the Liberian people. If the Liberian people can stand collectively, the government will not be able to do anything. But you got parents sitting home. You got people that should be speaking, sitting. Those students are being tear gassed. They are being beaten for the ill-advised decision that the president took. Even the Western world within your AB. Which universities are free? Show me one.
No.
The government do pre-finance education. You go to school, when you graduate, you start work and pay. The people do the thing here like susu, okay? You go to school, you graduate, you start where you be paying. The government will use that money for those that are paying to keep continuing educating those that are coming in. This is how the people build a system. And Liberian people, we keep telling them, free is not free. Anyone that gives you anything free, they takes away your right and your conscience. And that's why our country keep going backwards and backwards and backwards. Liberian people need to stand up to leaders. We do not need free things. We need to create the avenue for us to be able to fend for ourselves, to be able to get things done for ourselves. But they donation, they charity. I told someone one time, I said that free liberty, we need to take that free from it. Because too much free. When John William made that pronouncement, the whole place went upside down. Now, they that were celebrating now are the one being tear gassed today. They are the one being tear gassed today. So the government should be embarrassed and the government should be shamed. A president, we all know he can make it with a free thing and not lady. Be like chancellor, your mother, not bow. Call the same student, my people, yeah, I thought the thing are going to make it, but the thing, and more than me, yeah, I beg you, you start collecting your school fees. I think it would be better than for him to put the rest of the students' life or education in limbo for the 6 years that he's in office. And the Liberian people themselves, the Senate, the House of Rep, they can't even wake up to even stand up and say, you know what, let us revoke this thing and let students start paying so the people can get the service that they need. But look, LU9 has become
I'm not
like Christmas left. Today they all tomorrow they off. Today they all tomorrow they off. The students in Liberia should ask themselves a question. Already in Liberia, due to all the challenges, you can stay longer than your normal 4 years in college. Then with all these challenges now,
hello?
Yeah, go right ahead, Brother Francis. I'll just hear you.
All right,
Go ahead, my
great.
brother.
You know, you talk about education is not free all over the world, especially university education. But let me tell you something from what we know, and especially those of us that went to school, especially elementary and high school, as you know, studying on the sour as Yana boy, and we enter university, we know how that place look like. If there were real policy for free education, it should not only be University of Liberia. I think if the government really needed to do free education for Liberian people, it should have come from the Ministry of Education with proper blueprint, policy blueprint. Targeting elementary, get successful at the level of elementary first. When you get successful at the level of elementary, then you target junior high, and then you target high school. Like for example, we don't even have an education district. Do we have a district in Liberia that target education? Do we have a police district? I know they got some kind of Zoom, but do they have police people there? So the point here is that statement Judge William made, people just pinching on our program. Say just say it. So the people can clap for you. Part of it was a political makeup to silence the opposition, quote unquote opposition, on campus in the student oppositions to CDC. And for Sue, for example, based on what I know, Sue had never been against any political institution, but they have been against consistently bad policy towards students and towards their teachers. Now, how can you sign a memorandum of understanding 2 months ago with the very group of people, with the very faculty to return to classroom? You are negotiating their back pay? For God in heaven's sake, do we negotiate pay here in America? They're supposed to pay you tomorrow. If you didn't with credit union, they pay you today. Some of them went to school over there. They came here, they went to school. He became finance minister today. He went to that same university. He's sitting now telling the faculty, oh, we can't give you that one now. We get this one now. Can you imagine? He called on spoon talk to prove his point that we negotiating with the faculty. We ain't get all that money in the bucket. The people pay. How do you expect them to feed their own family? How can you be interrupting the learning process every time? How do you want the student to achieve educational, the quality education, when you always interrupt them and say, oh, they're not supposed to be burning tired, they're not supposed to be... What are you doing to stop this vicious cycle? Every regime, University of Liberia having problem. Okay. And the student going to class regularly, they don't have a problem until they instigate the problem, the government.
You know,
they need to ask that question and solve it.
Brother Francis, let me tell you this.
You can go ahead, Samuel.
Yeah, go ahead, Samuel. I'm done.
Yeah. You know, you just struck the point. You just struck the point I was coming up with. You know, President, we are a stubborn goat. Let me tell you this. You know, goat are one of the stubborn animals. When you get chilling on your farm, my late grandmother used to tell me this. That goat will come in the morning when you beat it, will say, I can't too early, will buy a car in the afternoon. When you can't eat it, you beat it, say, I will go in the evening. That goat will be behind that chilling farm until you finish it. President, we are that stubborn goat. You can't help him. When President, we are building the 14 military hospital, what people told him? The country does not have hospital. Use one of the area in GFA as an annex for the military. Use that money to renovate. We are saying no. Let me tell you that nobody thinks President we are here. President, we are got into the thing here for morale. It got in the thing to set record that people that earning snow knowing that you can be LFA president, you can be president before. So we are won't prove that the president. The man said it over and over. President, we are the animal brain. He can move by instances. He doesn't move by reason. But brother, good leaders in the world, they don't just take hasty decisions. Because as a leader, when you speak, it comes with volume. Okay? A president, we are was smart. The first decision would have been that day. I will meet the faculties to see how best
and discuss
we can make some significant impact on the university. If I were in his shoes, that would have been my statement. Okay, fair enough, he said free school. They said it weeks before they could launch it. Go back those channels. Oh, I said it to my people. Did I say it correctly? Or did I say it the wrong way? Have a meeting. Okay, I already say as a president, I can't go back on my word. What can we do to make this work? Assess everything. Look at it. Do your SWOT analysis. And then when you come back, it will inform your decision what you're going to tell the people. But like you said, my brother, President, we was smart. If he was very smart, going for a government school from ABC to K1, that's free. The teachers are not many, they are easy to maintain. Then what you're going to do in the area, you put a bit of money, renovate those schools, and then make sure the teachers are getting everything they need on time. It will cost you less to run than to run the university.
But the university does not even have a good computer lab. A university of Liberia does not have a university of Liberia does not even have a university of Liberia does not even have its own Wi-Fi. Its own Wi-Fi.
My brother, when the people say they were going to e-learning, I look at them and laugh. Unless the person that tell you say they get a document but they didn't get car. You know someone that will tell you say I get car document but they didn't get car? That what we are government day. You not get, even if you have internet on the campus, what is electricity you got? Even if you got electricity, how many students on our campus got tablets and laptops? You think when they put say e-learning in the country, then they're talking about cell phone learning? You think that cell phone learning they're talking about? How many hours you can use your cell phone to study? How many students in Australia here from 10th grade upwards, they get access to laptop 24/7. They gave them one to take home from year 10. And they got libraries. My little daughter now in year 3. She already started on computer now. Integrate, my brother. That one you can say e-learning. But even the principal said you found out the laptop using that old BA laptop or computer that they get in the university for him. Then you say you get e-learning. How many students in our country get computer or laptop? How many students can afford? How many students can afford internet? When you're making these kind of decisions, then you come up and say, like one of the cell phone companies here, they give all this. If you're student, they give you 10% discount on your internet bill. The government paid for that, or it's a promotion for students. These are decisions you take. Then you say e-learning. Like Kenya, they're giving students tablets in their classes. Then you can say we're going e-learning. Then even if the student using it on campus, it will motivate the family or the parents to buy them one at home. But the students guarantee when they come on campus, there's enough laptops or tablets that they will use for their e-learning. But look at the air, you said the roof leaking. No Bible, no toilet, no water. Oh. Then you say e-learning. You know, sometimes when these guys are talking, I can be wondering how their family can feel when they make these kind of statements. I can be wondering how Timothy and Chen we can feel with the comfort and the free money they're enjoying. How they feeling with other Liberian children going to bed uneducated, going to bed hungry. When you talking, people say, "Oh, don't put the people children inside." Now the question me I can ask people say, "Don't put children inside." With the money job we are stealing to it, when job we are later and die, who will benefit from it? That Tupac Johnson, that Peter Paul will benefit from it, or that Timothy Chen we are Jion, or Timothy we are, or Chen we are will benefit from it. You know, some people make it saying this thing is very stupid. Yeah, it's just so funny. The government need to go back and speak to the faculty and withdraw that statement. Let the people start paying their tuition and get the education they need. Simple as that. Until they can do that, AB, you know, I told someone the other time, I said, these are some of the reasons why I can tell people, I say, Liberian people got common sense. President, we don't even deserve to spend 1 hour after his turn. Not day. Seriously. If the Liberian people re-elect President, I say this and I'll say this over. We need to beg the United Nations to carry psychiatrists in our country to test our people's brain and some counselors to re-counsel our people. They're suffering from brain deficiency. Because what they are going through under this administration, my brother.
They are going through hell.
What they are going through under this administration, my brother. I don't know. Even if President Weah is doing whatever in our country, President Weah administration can tell you it's a curse to the country, AB. You don't need any pastor, any imam to tell you. AB, there are certain good people will do for you that good can with bad luck. And like somebody look at you now and buy you new car, AB, you happy. Tomorrow you go on the road, you make accident with that car. The day after you go, you knock somebody with that car. The day after you go, that car break down the road. That new car the person gave you, you happy. But your old car you've been driving, you never experienced those things. You do not need rocket scientists to tell you that that car get cursed or the person that brought that car get cursed. President Weah administration, my brother, it's a curse to that country. It is a curse. But the sooner the Liberian people can realize this, the better it will be for that country. The thing that lady, my brother, let this man go back to the university and tell the faculties, let the students start paying their tuition, or let the students, let the parents join the students and protest.
At least the mayor could have reduced the tuitions at least to a little bit percent. Then at least with the student paying, because that university, according to the act that created that university, it says that the students are allowed to pay 10%. 10%.
Exactly, Eddie. That's why I say, my brother, they say small shame better than big shame. And these students themselves, they need to open their eye now and use their third eye. Because they will be on a road, President. We have 6 years, will be wasted years for them in our LU. It will be wasted years for them in our Liberia. Simple, let them go and ask the how you call it, the faculties to start collecting their tuition from them. Let them revoke that presidential decree or presidential statement. Let we are sit down with an empty statement. And let them start paying their money and get the quality education they need. Or else, they should know, from now to 2023, they should add that age to their life. That's manners, and not coming back. That's why I told someone, I say, if Liberian people made mistake again and elect President Weah, they should just manage 12 years from their life You know the people that can do the photo. I think on Google or something, you can put your picture and tell you your age, how your face will look like. Let somebody go and put their picture in Google and then put that year 2023 and see how their faces will be looking with wrinkle and see if they will still get the strength and the opportunity they get now to do what they are doing. But if they're smart, let them go back to the faculties and ask the faculties to start collecting tuition from them so they can get the qualification that they need to be able to better their future. But if that President we are depending on, President we are only anything for Mura AB. President we are made a statement clear. You see, they say out of a man, out of a man's heart, speak it. Out of a man's mouth, I think speak it or something. Anyone that speak fluently by themselves, they speak from their heart. Now what we are can do. Now when you leave President we are one-on-one, he can tell you who President we are is. You take all those papers, they can pass by the ghetto President we are. You will see the real President we are. The what, all those stuff, then you will know who the real we are is, my brother. So the sooner the Liberian people can realize it, that man is depending on a broken stick. Let the parents ask the faculties, they start collecting their tuition and move on with their life. This man will not maintain this free education thing, AB. Thanks for the time.
Thank you. Keep your call coming on 215-824-8124 or 267-938-2801. That is the number to call. You call here now or better hold your peace. Back to you.
All right, so Sam made some good points, but let me tell you something. The University of Liberia was established in 1851 by an island legislation. And the students and the faculty cannot run it. It is the government of Liberia, in consultation with the administration on the campuses of the University of Liberia, that I allow by law to run the University of Liberia. And they fight that the president, not just George Weah, but past and future president, I consider a visitor to the university. Every single statement that comes from the president's mouth is a policy statement. So the only way the empty statement can be taken by, it must be taken by the president of the Republic of Liberia, George Opomane Weah, who is a visitor to the university. They may already got 2 DD, right, or DR, Doctor of Philosophy. So the issue here is the MOU that was signed in October between the government of Liberia, represented by Minister of Finance Samuel D. Tuai, and the leadership of the faculty. Let the government clear that first. We will pay you, but the whole thing, Samuel Tuai argument, I don't even get the sense out of it. If you own the University of Liberia, working staff, and you committed yourself, they lay down their chair, you committed yourself, black and white. We will meet up with this before that time. You go back to class. You even meet up with it. Then you go back there today to have a new negotiation with them to say, oh, my man, they think we promise you to get your money back, which is $3, but we can't even give you $3. We can give you $150. Why couldn't you go in there solo even before today? That's another question. But in real time, AB, is there a real situation where we should be negotiating people's salary when we owe them? We should not even be negotiating salary. Now, all this disruption, you think the students are really getting quality education? No, they ain't getting no quality education. And we should not even be blaming them, because education is not a privilege in Liberia. It's a right. As per our constitution, it is a right. So if we have a situation where University of Liberia president is not even involved for the most part, the Minister of Education is not even involved for the most part, the number 3 man in charge at the level of the government is the Minister of Finance, who is on the board representing the government. He's the one that involved with the whole stuff. Okay. But he's not a truthful person to his politician, partisan minister.
Let us play you another clip that I have here so our audience can be able to see.
So good morning. This is Women TV Liberia. We are coming to you live from the main entrance of the Capitol Hill campus of the University of Liberia, and students have blocked this way. As you can see, there are huge roadblocks here. The students are protesting, indicating that there's no school. If there's no school, there's going to be no road here today. As you can see from the stream there, they are coming. And this main entrance, or this main way on the Capitol Hill is blocked. And this is the protest. We will find out, ascertain from people as to what is happening here. So now, all other activities here on the Capitol Hill has come to a standstill as the students have blocked this way. I mean, no car is coming from the mansion side to come to use the main Capitol Hill side. All of the other cars are using the executive mansion side, and this is getting tense here due to the roadblocks. The tension is building, and we are yet to see police officers also coming on the scene. But this is the roadblock. This is it. It's happening right on the main. It's happening on the grounds of the University of Liberia. You know, it's right on Capitol Hill, and this is the main route on Capitol Hill leading from the mansion. We're at the University of Liberia campus, main entrance, and it's blocked. There's no car coming here and no car leaving from here or passing through this place. The students have blocked the main entrance, and they are indicating that since there's no school, there's going to be no road here. I'm sure the police will get this information and try to move in swiftly. But shortly, we will be talking to some of the students as to why this abrupt protest and blocking the main entrance of the street. So as you can see, that's the roadblock. They have iron, they have blocks, they have some touches, and they have other sticks. This other side of the road has huge iron. The entrance of the University of Liberia campus by protesting students. Cars are stuck up at this end.
Thank you for listening. So you can keep your call coming in at 215-824-8124 or 267-938-2801. That is the number to call. Or you can keep calling on 215-824-8124 or 267-938-2801. That is the number to call. Now, you call and we will listen. So for you know, certain thing that made me laugh. Let me bring you the pictures of the thing that I saw on Facebook. You know, JFK, I think you may have saw that. The JFK people are taking water water. People are taking water in barrels. Let me.
But AB, you know the difference between JFK scenario and the Capitol building? JFK is a health center. So water is very, very important. Not having water for the doctors and nurses and patients to survive is even almost impossible. But the Capitol building that is approving the budget, they were taking water from the well. The last time, I think that was last year. So it is kind of a tip for a part.
We have Pastor Charles Akur
scenario.
We have Pastor Charles Akur on the line. Pastor Charles, go ahead.
Thank you, Abraham. I will keep watching your show until God takes you and I out of the ice, as long as we are discussing Liberia. And I will also say I will never, ever shy away to conscientize each and every one of us Liberians about the word of God concerning what is taking place into our country. Abraham,
this is laughable.
We cannot do nothing, absolutely nothing on the surface of the earth without God. For that reason, He gave us His word to guide us. And whenever we deviate and we think we are so wiser than Him, we will be blocked. He will bring blockage, He will bring situation, He will bring unwanted situation into our life until we can turn back to Him. 2017 is what taking place now. The decision we made. Bible said in the book of Proverbs 18:21, life and death lies on our tongue.
But Pastor Charles Akur, I don't blame the Liberian people for making that decision. They thought that President Weah was going to liberate the nations. They thought, although they making to the presidency without sufficient funds, he came to the presidency broke. This man, he managed Jump breakdown. As I learned, he has on a water company, a breakdown. As I learned that he worked for Setting Kobo in New York, a breakdown. As I learned that the man was just surviving on $20,000, that was the man's last budgetary allotment. That was $20,000. Then Madam Salifi saw for the man. They appointed the man as peace ambassador. That one never worked because we never saw any peace ambassador and manifesto. That one never worked. Then the people made the man senator. The man was bubble in the Senate House until the man came. He said that he wanted to run for president. And then the Liberian people elected him.
Abraham, a lot of people going to get angry with me all the time, even my friends from the CDC, or not the CDP and the ANC, and any other political party who have not understood God. They will bash me, but you know what? He will always prove himself God. Because you know what? He has done it for me personally, as an individual and a Christian. He has done it for me. If he can do it for me as an individual, he can do it for a country. That's why I never shy away. Listen, we started seeing Ellen Sally Johnson. We bashing the government that Joseph Walker worked in. We saw the same Ellen Sally Johnson holding Jovia hand, escorting him into the mansion. And we clap for her and clap for Jovia. The Bible said, lack of knowledge of the people will perish. The wisdom of God starts with the fear of God. When you do not have the wisdom of God, my brother, you walk in the valley. Even the periods of valley, you will tell the people in the cell because you are designated to fall in the valley. You take God all you don't. We say you know book. You want no book. You want him. The Bible says black and black. life on our tongue.
You came my mom, you came my pa, I will vote for you.
And I will sit down on table every night and discuss Liberia's problem. We know it from because we have a degree, we know the history, we know this, and we take God off. My brother, we're wasting our time. We have no solution. All we have to do is to do what the children of Nineveh did.
Tanya Seva, how you doing?
What we have to do as a nation is to repent, fear God, and His wisdom will be given to us.
But the Larampo fear God. The Larampo fear God. If you are asking because on Sunday the Larampo they can go in the market to go sell Sunday the whole day. They can pack out their thing, and in fact some of them don't open their store on Sunday, so they can go to church. So you want to tell me that they're not fear God, eh?
And they do a lot of revival too. They go to Solution Temple.
They do a lot of revival. They do a lot of revival. They do a lot of worshiping. So you want them? So you want them that one said that one that our Pokemon doing that one not fear God.
My brother Abraham, I always told people who know Charles, if I want to make money right now, if I want to make money now, I will start about the fear of God. I can control. I can manipulate, psychologize people to make me rich. That's why the people have been got a fear of God. Okay. Most of the Liberian pastors, religious leaders, who the country lies under the shoulder of them, have no fear for God.
Okay. All right, Pastor Charles, we hear you. We hear you. Let us take.
That's the problem we have.
Okay. We have.
We vote for him, my brother.
Yeah.
Let them tell us our tongue. Bible says no sin go unpunished. Bible says no sin go unpunished. We have to be punished until we turn to the deliverer who is the creator God Almighty.
Thank you. Abraham. Thank you. Okoro, what is the name and where are you calling us from?
Are you talking to me, AB?
Yes.
My name is Michael Reese, and I'm calling from Iowa, Des Moines.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the show. I've been following for a while, and it's an interesting topic for today.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing with the CDC government is that Liberian, there are people that.
What are coming to you? Just hold on, coming to you.
That the CDC came with no agenda.
You think so? The post said that they came with blueprint, no?
No, they came with no agenda.
Okay.
They were just only finding their way to get to power, but they came with no agenda. Even the 12 years they were singing, they were singing Munya and all that kind of stuff. There was no tangible agenda, and that is the reason you can see today they are functioning the way they function, because they never came with any agenda, and that is the reason. And we shouldn't expect much from them because they're not going to do nothing. And if the Liberian people make a mistake to elect them for the second time, it's going to be an actual disaster. Because the first 6 years, and they seen that those guys, they break down their home and the building, constructing a new building, and they're getting rich on the expense of the Liberian people. So that's the alone to tell you that they have no vision, they have no plan for the Liberian people. Even the current budget, you can see there is nothing reflecting on the ordinary people. Everything is just about them. So that we shouldn't waste our time. The only thing we have to do is at 2023, the Liberian people have to go and vote and get this government from power, because the government they're not going to get anything from this government.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okoro, what is her name and where are you calling her from? Okoro, hello?
Yeah,
Hello, this is Brother Pikin calling from Minnesota.
Yeah, go ahead. Sammy, I want you to wait to hold on a little bit. Let me take this.
Okay, no problem.
Okoro, go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay, this is Brother Pikin calling from Minnesota. I just joined the program. I was constrained to call. you know, most often when we discuss the Liberian problem, people always talk about prayer. They talk about God, and this and that. You know, they try to go relation. It was not prayer that developed America. It was not prayer that developed Ghana. Liberia problem is not prayer. Liberia problem is seriousness. They wait for people to be in the right place to do the right thing. That is our problem. Let people stop. Let people leave God alone. Liberia already giving God hard time. Then when it comes to discussing our issue, we want to say because we're not praying to God, we're not doing this to God. You think that prayer can develop a country? You think that prayer develop Great Britain? You think that prayer develop other countries? That system, the people put their system in place and they put their feet on the ground to develop their country. You just part of budget. You just part of budget and nothing in the budget for the citizen. And you say we should pray. Pray for what? What are we praying for? Why you want to go disturb God for? God gave you the brain. He gave you everything, and you want to go back to go disturb Him. He already gave you the brain. You want go back to Him to go disturb Him. Why other country working and you talking about prayer? You talking about prayer? You see, I would want to make fun out of God, and we can make fun out of Him. God gave us all the resources, all the natural resources right within our country. Small country like that. We able to put anything in place. And then when we ready to discuss the issue, we talk about we just need to pray. We just need to pray. The money the men is stealing, our prayer made them stealing all the money. The property, the building, our prayer made them building all the property. The budget is just part of nothing in the budget for the citizens. That prayer made them to pass that budget. You leave God alone, man. You leave God alone, please. God is tired with all. You leave God alone. Prayer don't develop country. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Samuel, go ahead.
You know, AB, let me just start from where the brother just stopped. AB, in the Bible, I can't remember the scripture about Pastor Charles Aku will be able to know it. The Bible says if your fellow man he is hurting, don't go stay there to pray for him. If you can give him medication, give it to him. I always say that AB, the 10 commandments God made and gave to the children of Israel back in the days. I only want that for him. Don't worship another God. Thou shalt not steal. When you steal, that God will go to jail, and you will go to jail. Thou shalt not kill. When you kill, they catch you. Who they sentence into life in prison? That God are you. God gave human beings 5 senses because God never wanted us to run to Him for everything. When God created Adam and Eve and put them in the garden, He said, "Go ye into the world and have dominion and be fruitful." The tree God fixed over there were table, doors, windows, frame, and all those stuff in that tree. It was up to Adam to figure out, okay, if I cut this tree, I can build a house with it. And Adam's, when you read the Bible, after they sin against God, they killed the animal, they were using the animal skin to cover themselves. Why did not sit down the way for God to send clothes for them? I'm not disagreeing with what Pastor Charles Aku saying, but our country is not God. Our country, where it reads that stupidity. Let me tell you, it is total stupidity. That's why I say Labrana get passed on. When I say the thing, people say, oh, you disrespecting the men of God. My brother, that country, Imamo, pastor, Labrana get nothing. Let's sit tussle with tussle. Let's leave God out of this. What's happening to Liberian people? They themselves going for it. God can do the impossible. God can show you the signs of what to come. Now, why back in the days, ABC, our parents used to move by signs. They will see the cloud looking certain way, they tell you the meaning. They will see the sun, they tell you the meaning. These are signs that God show you that this is good, this is not good. Our parents sometimes will tell you when you're going, you stump your toe or you're feeling bad, go back. That means that place you're going is not good. That's how God works. When George Weah were in the opposition, Liberian people cry for George Weah so much.
I'm telling you.
God gave Liberian people enough chances to know that the leader they were asking for never deserved 1 second in that position. They made George Weah a good ambassador. What did he do in that position? Nothing. Even the common CDC, my brother, George Weah were not holding it together. You know who they were holding that CDC? That the late Muna Peno, that Thomas' father. that Akara's Gray, that Solomon George, these were the people that were using their salary undercover, and few other people that were doing donations to maintain CDC. They knew the truth. They knew the truth, Eddie. CDC sat there and they pushed George Weah to be president. George Weah went to the Senate before becoming president. Liberian people were there. They themselves sang songs that George Weah became Bobo senator. George Weah became senator the first 6 months. He went to go work. He was watching football in Nigeria. George Weah are not even working. George Weah in Yoblikanga office for 6 months. You see, this is why I don't feel sorry for Joel Howard Taylor. Because she was in the Senate. And I don't feel sorry for any educated person that George Weah abused. Because Liberian people prove the true meaning of educated fools. Let's be honest. Liberian people know President Weah was not fit for that job. But Eddie, you know what killing that country? The thing that killing that country is greed. Let's leave God out of this. It's greed. Eddie, the greed, the desperation, the wickedness is too much in that country. Eddie. Liberia men are the only men will destroy Liberia men and promote a Ghanaian or Nigerian or foreigner. That's why you see when foreigners go to Liberia, they flourish. Typical Liberian suffering. Who expect a George Weah to get all the contract to a Lebanese man that was selling cell phones? Who expected a George Weah to give contracts in Liberia? If you go now, you say you want to open rest business in Liberia. It's a big, big taboo. And now the Flapo flourishing now.
Yeah.
Flapo are not doing rest business before. Now they get Futa. Futa not doing rest. Futa not doing cement. You go there now and say you want to do it, my brother. You should pray to even survive it first. So the problem in Liberia that greed, and the greed has reached to a point it has become a system that it has been embedded in people. The wickedness. When I remember before the transitional time, what a guy named Ben Ayure farms were producing egg. Say what you may like about him, he may not be good for whatever reason you think. But his farm was producing eggs, and it made brown egg were dropping their prices by force. Those that were importing brown egg. When Helen King, what she did? Because she was Ben Ayure to get money equal to her to run for presidency, she destroyed that man's farm. That's Liberia made that for you. What job we are doing today? Because he now wants people to criticize him, he increased internet prices. Now, not too many people get access to internet in Liberia. What job we are want today? Because, Eddie, I know somebody that are working in the pool with Beaver. You know, George, we have sacked all the people that were there.
Yeah, I know about that.
We have sacked all the people that were there. And who then he brought? Ghanaian, Sierra Leone. They the one now in our place. Why? Because George, we are not one Liberian people to see it. Until we Liberians can stop creating our own monsters, until we Liberians can stop being greedy, you even make Jesus Christ for that president for that country today, it will not change nothing. It will end up corrupting him the same way. Let's be honest.
Okay.
And Liberian people, they don't learn. Ebi, you that are there today, Ebi, if you can eat 5 cups today, tomorrow when you get in power, that's a possibility you eat something valuable than that 5 cups. That's why here the people look at Alexander Kumi said it one time. He said past performance will determine future performance. This is one of the big problems I get with Kumi. If you're telling me past performance will determine future performance, then I need to be careful with you. The leaders that will develop that country are in that country. I said this times without number. The 2 people that can rescue Liberia now is Liberian people smart. JMB number 1. Tewan Gonglo number 2. These 2 people, if Liberia vote for them, they will never regret. But Liberian people will leave people like Lema Boy that are fighting for them. People like Tewan Gonglo that are fighting for them. They go vote for what? Therefore, there were a lot of decent people, but you know why they chose him? Because he's using drugs money to give it to them for free. They greed, Eddie. They greed. If any pastor won't pray for Liberia, they will not pray for repentance. They should pray for greed to leave that country. The greed is too much. The greed leads to backstabbing. Liberian people, you know, my Oma always tell me, say, animal when they say you run, if you can run like deer, don't run like leopard, you're not in it. That's what Liberian people can do. Liberian people, the man making $100, he want to live 1,000 hour life.
Okay.
And you saw they go turning now on the beach.
Yeah.
All the one they will call it with big. Then they will take that money, they blow everything off that thing. Then the next day they start baking again. Like Liberia made that for you, Eddie.
They say God will provide.
I said Liberia is a failed state. We need to go back to the status quo.
Thank
and today they're talking, oh, Kumi that gay, Kumi that. They say, oh, no, that's nothing. When I want to become president tomorrow and legalize gay, right? Then they say, oh, but we tell them, man, we're going to change. That way again, then they'll start saying, hey God, that the one you call God for, everything that's happening today, God showing it to us for a reason. Let us look among these people. Let us look at their past and present performance. Let us look at their characteristics. It will tell you who they will become in the future. Joe is a money woman Bennett. Joe misuse his money. Even Prince Johnson said it. The man made 85 money that we not seeing. The man misuse his money, and then when he can't, he misuse the country money. You need prophecy to tell you that way again. You need someone to prophesy. You do not need anyone to prophesy.
The man and Jean Diva.
You tell him my dad are killing dad. AB, a careful can for water and tell you crocodile my dad. Don't argue. Careful live in the water. John, we are on some kind and tell you people, my dad are killing dad. My dad was not in my life for my career. John, we are like get war bed, not training so to play football. That a woman that was doing accounting and nursing carry the son for practice over and over. You take that kind of man to be serious? The man did not control his own children that he born. The last thing that any man would give up for any reason, their family. George Weah could not maintain that one. George Weah was at the verge of divorce. That sedition, they clad Weah to go Liberia during the campaign time. They beg her and they pay her, and they themselves can be on Facebook confessing. It was Helen Johnson selling that mango, that confusion between Clyde Weah and George Weah to stay together. The man could not maintain his family, he could not maintain his relationship. Y'all look at that kind of man, you're getting 4.5 million population. You think you're serious in our country? It's not that they never knew. They knew all of this, AB. The sedition themselves can say, hey, we thought the man would change. Let them be talking. Let them be talking. The Liberian people will wake up and say this man has been a good leader in this community. We can entrust him and elect those kind of people. The better it will be for them. Nobody will put a blame on God. Liberian people themselves deserve what they're getting. God gave up 5 senses for a reason.
Thank you.
He did not give you 5 senses when you're here. He said, oh God, nah.
Thank you, Samuel. Thank you. We have Pastor Charles Aku on the line. Pastor Charles Aku will be our last caller, and then we'll go to our panelists, and then they will be able to get their closing statement. Pastor Charles Aku.
Thank you, Abraham. I'm all pleased and happy, and I feel spirit free to be on your show. You know, when the people call themselves pastor, we who call ourselves pastor, we stand on the pulpit to preach. You cannot question us. You know why? We preach it. But when we are about to teach, it's a time to question us to know what is darkening of your mind. You see, we Liberians can hear. We quick on hearing, but we are very sorry to say, we are very slow to understand. That's why we misinterpret our fellow human beings. That's why we misinterpret what we have heard because we never understood. Abraham, I said yesterday, prayer cannot save Liberia. Fast cannot save Liberia. Going to church cannot save Liberia. Preaching the gospel from Genesis to Revelation, day and night, will not save Liberia. What will save Liberia is only 2 things: fear God and repent. Let's look at the characteristic of the man that opposing the Creator, the man who created you. He's selfish, he's self-centered, he's greedy, he loves power, he loves riches, he loves suppressing God's children. Those are the characteristics Liberia 99% of us carry in us.
Okay.
Until we can repent fear God and repent, then the wisdom will be given to us. Then we'll know how to choose good leader. We'll know how to speak good. We'll know how to speak against bad people. We'll not trap for them. And at the same time, we want for God to deliver our country.
Thank you.
The brother who came right after me, never honest, we gave me go hard time. No, I'm not giving go hard time. Because God said, as you walk me by his word, he has promised me. Because he's God that never lie. He said, when you're in need and trouble, call upon me. He said, you call upon yourself. He said, only the fool is wise in eyes. Thank you, Abraham.
Thank you. We're having one more quarter here. We'll give that quarter. A quarter will give you 1 minute for you to make a statement. 1 minute. Go ahead.
Yes, I may, Abby.
Yes, I will give you 1 minute for you to.
Yeah, thank you for taking my call. My name is Juruki. I'm calling from Virginia. Maybe whenever I call, you know, the culture of impunity is killed in Liberia. The problem here is you can put smart guys in the government to work, but if you have impunity going on, the smart guys can how they call it?
You coming in breaking, or we're not getting you clear.
All right, let me take care of my speaker, sorry. You gonna hear me now?
Yeah, you much better.
Yeah, I think the culture of impunity is killing Liberia. Look, all that money was given to Liberia for after the war for us to develop our country. But look what Mother said he did with the money. All the money was stolen, and then when you ask
what Madam said he did with the money?
Look at Liberia. Look at it like we're fighting war. We still fighting war again. There's nothing she did. I don't see anything constructive she did in the country. But go on. Let we talk about other countries that went into war. After the war, the people developed that country. The people for impunity and some Polish people who stole money, who brought war.
Okay.
They punish these people. The country of impunity is very suffering Liberia. People think if you bring smart people into the government, then they will solve the Liberia problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My co-host, go ahead.
Yeah, Ibi, you know, I also agree with Samuel and the other caller. Not Charles Ako. I mean, I don't want to go into the religious aspect of our problems. We had a Baptist preacher, Dr. Richard Tubber, we killed him. So I don't want to go there. But for example, China is still considered terror, but you know they're not really terror, probably because of the population.
Yeah.
They are not godly people. They're not godly people. They're not Christian. They're not Muslim. Maybe small immigrant community there now. They're doing small worship. Okay, look at Singapore, for example. Look at North Korea and South Korea. Our major problem is lack of quality leadership. The ability on the part of our governors to lead better and to put in place quality system that will guide everybody. Everybody must be, must follow the same rule. But we don't want that. Our governors don't want that because it will catch up with them. Maybe you and I will live in America, for example. No employer is going to give you a car and put gas inside and pay you. That's what we do in Liberia. People get government job, government give them car, they take those cars to their homes, government put gas in those cars, government give them squash car, possibly government give them cell phone, government give them tea, they give them pop or soda or soft drink. What are they doing with their pay?
They are pinpoints, the employees.
Okay, so now the people that do the meanwhile, they don't get nothing. Okay? So, for example, Chinese government offer us from 2005 to the end of the first regime of Ellen Johnson study, $21.1 million.
We are sorry
to remodel the University of Liberia Fender campus.
We are sorry that we are not taking any more call now. We are about to close.
Whatever investment they left there before I left Liberia 2010, we were told the generator the Chinese government offered, we could not even afford the fee for that generator. Then what are we doing with our money? Even the proposed budget, according to media report, talking about the budget is actually around 600 million. But the CDC government are talking about pro-poor. They are increasing presidential money. They are increasing the speaker money. They're increasing the protein money. They're increasing everybody money beside the ordinary people. The civil servant, they suppress them. They suppress University of Liberia. They suppress agriculture. Can you imagine? The government, state actors, the opposition, people, almost everybody say we should go back to agriculture.
Natana Mange budget is huge, more than the police of the country budget.
Okay, law enforcement. We say, oh my God, we need to beef up our recruitment. But then we put the money in the budget for county tour for President George Weah. Can you imagine that? Everything about the so-called pro-poor agenda is just contradictory. There is no understanding. It's kind of things for a part. Now, let's go to the other issue that has to do with police brutality. My people, the issue of history repeating is that we need to stop. And I don't think the Liberia National Police should be in the business of abusing students on their own campus on the ground of a legitimate concern. Why the government signed agreement or memorandum of understanding with the faculty to go back to class and they didn't even live up to it? You're looking at that. Liberian people say, don't look at where you fall down, but look at where you sleep.
Okay.
All they want to say, Liberian students are serious.
Hello?
But the way to get students serious, engage them, and to stay into their classroom is to create the necessary quality academic environment for learning. But you can't always be interrupting students because you don't pay their teachers. That is contradiction. We're supposed to be members of the civilized world under the normal democratic system, social contract theory. Where are we going? Are we going to continue with John Locke theory, which is we should go to election and boot them out, or they're going to force us to go to Jinjan Rosso to force them out of power? Because they got multiple problems. They remove Kabina Jane unconstitutionally. That issue is not resolved even at the level of ECOWAS. The kingdom of Brenda Samuka, they had denied local people full representation, which is enshrined in our constitution. Every single country should have 2 senators. They had denied the people of Lofa for consecutive 1 year. Lofa is currently underrepresented. They ain't discussing that one. They went to Douala and opened fire on our people in the name of clearing Zogos, their own people they created. Then they pulled some kind of ratting ship or cargo ship on the water and killed 28 of our educators. They ain't talking about that. When you got these issues going on, ECOWAS ain't saying nothing. When we start to mobilize our people, we take different approach to force our government to get out of power. Instead of them providing us protection, they're not protecting us. They're abusing us and using our resources to abuse us. They're going back to the University of Liberia to abuse the poor people, children.
Okay.
We are giving them a caveat. They need to stop.
Francis,
they need to govern better.
I'll hold you there. We're having this caller on the line that I've been trying to call. Caller, we'll give you 1 minute. Go ahead.
You talking to me?
Yes. I will give you just 1 minute. Go ahead.
What I really wanted to,
your name
is
your name, please.
They call me Max.
Max, your name, please.
Yeah, Max.
Okay, Max, why?
Yeah. We always justify, we always claiming that we are a Christian countries and all that kind of stuff. I just want us to look at they're going to the Bible and look at James chapter 2 verse 18 to 26.
Why is this?
Yeah. Okay, now it said what? But someone will say, you have faith and I have work. Show me your faith apart from your work, and I will show you my faith by my work. In 19, you believe that God is one. You do well. Even the demon believed. And Sheila, the 20. Do you want to be shown, you foolish person, that faith apart from work is useless? The 21st. Was not Abraham our father justified work when he offered up his son Isaac on the altar, the 22. You see that faith was acted along with his work, and faith was completed by his work, the 23. And the scriptures was fulfilled that say, Abraham believed God, and it was counted to him as righteousness, and he was called a friend of God, the 24. You see that a person is justified by work and not by faith alone, the 25th. And in the same way was not also Rahab the prostitute justified by work when she received the messenger and sent them out by another way, the 26th. For as the body apart from the spirit is dead, so also faith apart from work is dead.
Okay.
We claim to be a Christian. We always have faith, but we don't apply no work. And that is the reason.
I 100% agree with you on that.
Yeah, that is the reason we don't hear without getting any result. We Liberian, we say, oh, we are Christian, we are Christian. You cannot only emphasize on faith. Faith with all work is useless.
I agree with you 100%.
Not just only faith. It will not do anything. You got to apply effort. You got to apply idea. That's the only way your faith will heal something. I just wanted to make those people, that call themselves pastor, when they call, oh, you have to pray, you have faith. No. If you got faith with no work, trust me, you will waste your own time. From now to judgment day, you will not hear no result.
Thank you. Thank you. John Henna, you are saying it's a ABCO. So why you expecting me for me to say? John Henna, why you expecting me for me to say?
I think the caller agree with our analysis regarding South Korea, North Korea, China. Those are now dominant Christian country or religious countries, but they are succeeding because they don't even have faith. But at least they believe in hard work. They believe in creating system, including America. America is a little bit Christian country, but not even dominant too. And they are succeeding every day. They keep, touching it. Now we got the infrastructure. But you think it's going to happen when you sleep, when you swallow dumbo and fufu, and then you walk like Peter Boy? No, it ain't going to work.
When I went to China 2010, and then my Chinese professor asked me one day, I was going to pray. And my Chinese professor asked me, who are you going to go pray to? I said, to God. Seriously, I said, to God. He said, have you seen God? I said, no. I said, I've not seen God. He said, do you know how God looks like? I said, no, I just saw you that I've not seen God. He said, faith without work, you are a dead man. He said, Abraham, I will tell you that wake up in the morning, if that thing you can pray to, tell that thing, thank you for giving me long life, and then you go on to go hustle hard, go on to go work hard. But for you to sit down to think that God, because you are a Christian or you are Muslim, so God will do everything for you, he said you are joking.
Don't wake up and go clacking. Then you would know.
Then you would know. But with our fairness, that is something that our Liberian people can say, oh, the Liberian are built on Christian principle.
Yeah, Christian principle, they're killing each other. They kill over 250,000 human beings built on Christian principles. Then they find the bodies all on the street.
All on the street.
Body parts extracted under a Christian president. In fact, for the most part, according to our history, we have never even had any Muslim president in Liberia anyway.
But Dutch Manawia is confused.
I don't know.
Dutch Manawia went to United Arab Emirates. The man joined a Muslim.
Yeah, he became a Muslim.
He became a Muslim.
In fact, they even had a big ceremony for him, a program for him in Clanton there, where they actually took his picture in a big gun and then put it on the wall. I can still remember in Vaton.
The man was going to go also in United Arab Emirates. The man wanted to go also. Maybe somebody say you got to be in the muscle before you can be able to sign the contract. So the man signed our contract, the brother was going to mosque. All we saw judgment that we had that time to be Muslim. But then when he left from there, when he went to Chelsea, then the brother somersaulted. It's that the president is confused.
Yeah, a spoon top people call it kakao. Just we are getting the Arab people kakao and say, boy, I finished signing my contract, gone. But you know, AB, on a fair note, our country is in big shame. It's a national embarrassment. And you know, I don't know when it's going to end. Because history continues to repeat itself. Every single government, every single transitional government, regular government, whether they know both, they don't know both, the same thing. And I think we need to go back on the drawing board, especially those that are in power, the governors and policy makers, to get this thing better. I mean, we cannot just continue to say Liberia is our motherland, that's a place we cannot be deported, but we are just there collecting everybody's money and pay ourselves. A Morovia will be the way it is. Think about my village where I come from.
Mayor bro have to get in the street. Mayor bro have to get in the street to take Jefferson Koji job. Mayor bro got to indirectly help Jefferson Tamakoji to clean the city. The brother is not able to function as a city mayor. Mayor bro have to leave from GSA to come to be we'll bring our claim here tomorrow.
But AB, how do you expect Jefferson Koji to function when Jefferson Koji is a youth chairman for CDC? They made some political advisor to George Weah.
Our last youth chairman.
Jefferson Koji is also city mayor, which is a full-time job. The youth chairmanship is a full-time job. Jefferson Koji is also a so-called foreign policy committee member that he comes to Washington, D.C. and other countries and sit there and don't contribute anything because he got no idea. Jefferson Koji is also on the ministerial committee. Jefferson Koji is also on the advance team when George we are going somewhere. Okay, and they assign AFL to him. Even when they were going to Lofa County on the county tour, he was part of the advance team. I thought now Jefferson Koji is part of Liberia National Police now. Okay? And you saw him in Douala telling the people to clap for themselves?
Yeah. I
don't understand how these police people took their training. I don't understand how can Patrick Sudo be in the environment of official function when he's not even in his police regalia. He's there with Sabu, wearing ordinary clothes, and people are surrounding him with guns. How can you go raid a place that is infected and densely populated place on a market day and you open fire on the people? And you got the mayor there telling the people to clap for you. So Jefferson Koji is overwhelmed. He's not only stretched out, because stretched out he could be able to manage himself. The man is overwhelmed. This is a man, he is one of the persons that are closer to George Weah. Okay? So you don't expect Jefferson Koji to function very well. But this is a contradiction, AB. Before President Sali left power, President Sali recommended certain people to stay on with George Weah based on their own arrangement behind the scene. Mary Bro is one of them. I feel the best thing President Weah would have done, he was just to keep Mary Bro as City Hall.
I tell you.
So that, everybody get their issues, but Mary Bro know how to clean the city. She got it. They call her the general. How can you have Mary Bro at GSA when she did well, like JUs, ABC,
and Mary Bro went
ABC analogy.
To GSA. Mary Bro went to GSA because the citizenry, they protested against Mary Bro. They said Mary Bro should leave. So because of that, Madam Salif called us at that time, because I was working with Chiefs and Zakawa, to go to talk to the youth. So because I was the youth chairperson on the National Traditional Council, at the time, Madam Salif called us for us to go and discuss with the youth people for them to agree that Mary Bro should come back. The people, when we talked to them, the people said no. The people said no. Mary Bro will come back when their father and mother then go in the Sony. So the how come Madam Salif think twice to appoint Mary Bro to JSA? And then.
But now Mary Bro is back. So are they going to protest again?
No, Mary Bro, they're on a different regime.
Yeah, they're under a different regime now, but she did well yesterday. So why not they just give it to her and saying Jeff Koji need to be at the executive mansion. This man is always in the first place. He always acting like a military man. Now he acting like a police officer. Now he will police director. What the heck? What kind of police academy these people went to? I thought they're supposed to be providing protection. But they go on university campus telling even staff to leave their offices. They're not only tear gassing the student, but they go into offices telling people to leave the campus. You don't know University of Liberia is a country on its own? They don't even read the history.
They don't even know.
It is not an ordinary campus. According to the act creating the University of Liberia, it's a country on its own. That's why they got president, Mr. Police Director. So the student got right, legal right, to close that door, that nobody entering their country. That
the police will not know. But anyway,
but you know, my brother.
Yeah.
Just to conclude, my man, Liberia needs to change. And that change not coming from down there. It needs to come from up. We need to lead by example. And the president and their lieutenants, not only George Weah, but future president and their lieutenants, they need to do better. We can't keep talking this thing over and again. If you want a silent group of people getting busy, Liberians want to go to school. Liberians want to learn. Majorities of our students want to learn. The government needs to create enabling environment, learning environment for them. Instead of shifting blame on past government, the people of Liberia prefer the CDC-led government. And they need to let go the blame theory and do their job. Wherever they stop it, when the people of Liberia make another decision for another president or for another candidate, for another political party come 2023, it will be on them. Government is continuity. Former President Trump left it somewhere Joe Biden can pick up from there. That is why it is. That is why it is.
Yeah.
So, my people, all we are doing here, we are just contributing our portion of the work we get to do. By educating our people, providing you with the necessary information. Like we always have this big disclaimer. We don't know all. You can call all the Loma people, you can call the Loma tongue, you can call the bandit tongue, whatever adjective you want to use, go right ahead. But guess what? My mother tongue is not English. Okay? English belongs to the English people in England. We have come here not to give you any reasoning that we know all. We don't know all, we just come to share our portion. So without much ado, I want to appreciate our audience. We want to say keep coming and share the video and let's keep it going. Have a nice night and have a nice day depending where you are.
Thank you.
Mr. Kamara.
You know, you just said it all. As for me, you know, this thing, I'm happy that to have you in studio with me, at least that we can be able to change idea. That is the best way to go. But I strongly believe that our country, we need to change our mind and our attitude. The reason why we say that, because Liberia, only we can be able to make it better. Only we can be able to make Liberia a better place. Ghanaians we should not be allowing Ghanaians to come into our countries to have the largest portions of the cake and why the Liberian people suffer. Umashado, bye-bye for now, and see you guys when I see you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.